And welcome to another edition of Real Sports Live, Southwest RealSportsLive.com. Freddie Rea with you alongside a special guest again. Coming up here with me, Noah Garcia. What's going on, Noah? How are we doing tonight? Friday night football, October in the air, and some cold football weather.
Yeah, I'm real excited, Freddie. It's mid-season form. It's October already. The weather's starting to kick in, and it's going to be a good Friday night. It's going to be an exciting one, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, and of course we have the Laredo Nixon Mustangs who traveled down to Eagle Pass tonight as they are coming in 0-2. Eagle Pass coming in 1-1. Last week, Alexander beat Nixon 41-14. In that one, we had some injuries that we'll report on a little later. But for Eagle Pass, they took care of LBJ, and that was our Thursday night game of the week. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Welcome to Welcome to Hacienda Ford's Trucktoberfest.
Trucktoberfest is the biggest sale of the year on Ford pickup trucks at Hacienda Ford. Now, no matter what options you want, it's at Hacienda Ford. Right now, get a 2019 Ford F-150 for 0% interest for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash.
Trucktoberfest means Hacienda has it.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Welcome to Welcome to Hacienda Ford's Trucktoberfest.
Trucktoberfest is the biggest sale of the year on new trucks and SUVs at Hacienda Ford. Now, no matter what options you want, it's at Hacienda Ford. Right now, get a 2019 Ford Explorer with up to $10,000 off MSRP at Hacienda Ford.
Trucktoberfest means Hacienda has it.
And we're back. Pregame show brought to you by Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it. As of course, we got Noah Garcia, our statistician tonight, and also our color commentator. And of course, we got myself, Freddie Rea, up at the top, giving you all the video for later on tonight. We're going to be broadcasting this game, of course, audio live right now, and then later on tonight, we're going to give you the replay of this game so you can watch it via YouTube, Roku channel, VTX1, Facebook, and Twitter. So we got you all the site. We got about 20 minutes of our pregame show. Also, Ram Country Auto World. Visit ramcountryautoworld.com. 1997 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass, Texas. Go visit Grant Bibb. And we got some interviews, and we're going to go to those interviews as we talk to Coach Cardenas first and see what the offense has in store for us tonight. Real Sports Live Southwest, Freddie Rea with Coach Cardenas, the offensive coordinator for the Eagle Pass Eagles. Coach, you started slow against LBJ, 13-10 at the half. You guys opened it up. Looked well in the second half with TJ Maris at the running back position. Caballero, also another workhorse where you guys did not see too much of him in the game.
But what can you tell me about LBJ, and then of course this week Nixon here at home?
Well, first of all, Fred, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to talk about or can showcase the good kids that we have here at Eagle Pass High School. Thank you to you and Real Sports Live for taking the opportunity to showcase the kids that we have again. Against LBJ, I think, as you know, we started a bit slow, even a little bit sloppy, in the first half. Came out a little bit flat. Maybe it was a Thursday game, whatever the case may be, inexcusable, and we noted that to the kids in halftime. It's all about execution at that point. It's not even about what plays working, what not's working. It's just a matter of playing with heart, playing with fortitude, and then we turned it around the second half. And the bright spot, there's a lot of good bright spots. Carlos Santos, caught 7-8 passes for 50, 60 yards. Dakota made a lot of catches. The offensive line was blocking, but I think the one that also stands out is TJ Mott as a freshman. We went in there and filled in real good on Thursday. That we looked at that outside speed that he has and capable of the dominance that he's capable of doing. So, and he's got a real good mentor with Coach Jimenez that's taking him under his wing and and lead him step by step, and for him to get comfortable in the concepts that we're trying to do offensively. So again, overall second half turned it around, did a much better job, and we're very happy and content with the effort that our kids put in, of course, coming out with the 36-10 win, which is ultimately the prize that we're after on Friday or Thursday night in that case.
Coach, you mentioned DJ Midas and having that second gear. You've been lucky in the past 2 years to have sensational freshmen. You had a year ago Jose Hernandez. This year you got TJ Midas. But you also have a number 21 in Saul Perales, who comes in sometimes too to fill in at the running back position. How and you mentioned Coach Jimenez and the mentorship that he has in the running backs. He has a slew of running backs that he can put in at any given day.
He does, and of course one of the things we preach and we say, of course, one thing is to preach and say it, and actually the other thing is doing it. We try to be a physical offense. We don't try to be a finesse type of offense, and that's just something, that mental toughness that we want to impart in the kids. And all our coaches do a fantastic job, but you got to do a little bit better with the freshmen, incoming freshmen. And the first thing they notice is the speed, the difference in the speed. Whereas in junior high, you give them a jet or an outside run, and they'll score 7, 8, 9 touchdowns. All of a sudden, you give them that run in varsity, it's not as open as it was in 8th grade. So that mental, breaking them down and make sure that they understand that component, the very important component of the speed in the varsity game. But again, I think all our coaches, from Coach Jimenez, Coach Venegas with the quarterbacks, Coach Mata with the receivers, Coach Navejas with the offensive line, and of course Coach Garcia that also helps out with the receivers. They do a real good job in spotting our kids, and a lot of the tribute that's going goes to them because of the good job that they're doing. Again, looking forward to Nixon. My respect to Coach Tommy Ramirez and Coach Villalon. I mean, that's one of those programs I absolutely love, just because they're very humble, very low key, and just the way that team prepares itself and the class that they show on the field year in and year out. My respect to them, and that's exactly how we prepare. We know that Nixon is a high caliber team, and we tell our kids that their record right now in district might not indicate that. They're going through some injuries, just like some of their teams are, but that doesn't indicate the level of preparedness that they're going to come in on Friday night. So all week for us has been trying as best as we can to prepare the kids for the physical nature that Nixon's going to bring to us on Friday. And again, if we're able to, like everything else, eliminate penalties, hold on to the football, not cause any dumb turnovers, and execute the way we're able to, we should be good on Friday night. Looking forward to going 2-0, and this is the heart of our schedule coming up the next 3 weeks, and we're taking this week against Nixon, and we'll look ahead next week and prepare for the next opponents that are coming our way.
That's Coach Cardenas. You're watching Real Sports Live Southwest.com.
As you listen to Coach Cardenas and what he had to say about the offense, and of course TJ Midas, a freshman who went 8 carries, 64 yards last week with 3 touchdowns against LBJ, a coming out party for him, as these freshman running backs for Eagle Pass. Last year, of course, Jose Hernandez. This year, TJ Midas, and a slew of running backs. As we got the Eagles, I believe, winning the toss. Noah, they're going to be receiving. It was Christian Barcena, number 45, Jacob Salinas, number 13, David Lopez, and number 65, Alex Martinez. The captains for tonight's game for the Mustangs is Hector Rodrigo, also Jesus Compian, number 30, Alejandro Castro, and number 68, Brian Gutierrez. for Nixon, as those are the captains for tonight's game. And we will be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful team season.
EPER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But don't throw it away, recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
And we're back live as we got our pregame show brought to you by Hacienda Ford, powered by Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it. 2019 high school football, week 7. As Noah mentioned, it is midweek. It is actually mid-season in the district season, week 3, week 7 total. As the Eagles are 4-2 overall and 1-1 in district play. For Coach Villalon and the Nixon Mustangs, they are 4-2. Also overall, but 0-2 in district as they lost to Alexander and United South. Tonight, actually, United will be on a bye week this week, and Del Rio is taking on LBJ. They're looking for their first win overall. LBJ has won a couple of games in non-district play, so that's going to be a pretty good matchup in Del Rio, as Del Rio has their homecoming tonight up in Del Rio at the Walter Lieberman Ram Stadium. And then Alexander and United South tonight. Benavides looking to, he's already rushed for over 1,000 yards this season. And he had won six touchdown game. So that gentleman is looking to pad his stats tonight against Alexander. And that's a tough Alexander team. So...
Yeah, you're right, Freddie. It is very tough. Plus, the district that these guys are in is very tough. You have Alexander, you got United, and you got United South, the upcoming big dogs. So it's gonna be a real big mid-season factor tonight, and the rest coming weeks up ahead, because it's gonna be who's gonna take it for the district title.
Yeah, we'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Freddie Dea with Coach Olivas, defensive coordinator for the Eagle Pass Eagles. As we were mentioning earlier, Coach, your defense gave up 10 points in that first half, but didn't waver in the second half. We had plays from Christian Barcena, who had an interception, also Jacob Salinas for a pick 6. What did you see for that game, Coach, that you guys made adjustments?
Well, really, they do have a good offensive line, and they have a real good quarterback. You know, their quarterback made a lot of plays coming into the game, and we had seen him on film. We were just overplaying some plays and not crashing down or pinching as well as we should have. Our ends did a much better job in the second half, and our tackles and our linebackers took better angles, and that was the difference to the game. You know, one step here, one step there, you know, and we corrected that, and you know, we held their offense. I think they had 90 yards the first half, and they had 30-something the second half, and I think they had 3 yards passing and 2 yards passing, something like that. But no, our kids played well. They picked it up. The crucial, I guess, the turning point in the game was the pick by Barcelona gave us the momentum back, and then of course the big interception by Jacob for a touchdown was also real crucial in the game.
Coach, we always talk about your defensive line and your ends, but is there anybody that is in the second team or the second guys that are coming in to give those guys, the starters, a breather that has come in and just done a tremendous job for you guys in the defensive end, defense?
We rotate a lot of players. Historically, we go back years, and we're only as good as our backup or the next player up, and we try to prepare all our players like they're going to play each week. They all get reps during practice, our first team, our second team, and then the guys after that. So they get a lot of reps, they're prepared, they're getting ready. And another case was this week, Mando de los Santos got a slight concussion there, and Jose Hernandez stepped up the game and became one of the players of the week. He ended up with 11 tackles, and Mando had 7 tackles just in the first quarter. But we always get the mentality the next guy up is we're only as good as that guy comes in and plays and performs. And the D-line, I think we rotate 4 guys. Javier Santos comes in and Tommy Cantu, and then on the ends, we have Nathan Aguilera that comes in and does a great job for us. But we rotate a lot of guys. And same thing with the linebacker core and our secondary. We rotate a lot of guys, and historically we're only as good as those guys come in and perform. Football is a physical game. There's going to be injuries, and next guy up's got to be prepared.
Coach, slutty offense with Coach Villalon, and you grin because you have to stay you have to stay within gaps. You have to stay in assignment all the time because you never know who's going to come out. If it's that 200-meter champion in Jose Ibarra, or it's going to be Joseph Ibarra, or Pablo Tovar, or the other running back there. They have 3 capable guys running, Compian in the backfield that can take it to the house at any given time.
And their quarterback, they rotate 2 quarterbacks. They both run the offense real efficiently. They both run the offense well. They know their reads. They carry out their fakes very well. I mean, it's very hard. Not many people run it anymore, and it's very hard to mimic in practice. And they're very good at what they do. I mean, that's all they do. They're going to run the ball 85% of the time. The fullback might get it, the wing might get it, the nasty slot might get it. So it just depends. And we just got, like you said, we have to be sound on what we do up front. Everybody's got a gap control, and we want to be a yard behind their line of scrimmage, not the other way around.
Yes, we have.
Please be advised that in 5 minutes, training will start in the lecture room. That's teacher's second period.
After that interruption, Coach, we continue the interview. And as far as Nixon, you know what they bring to the table. You know who you guys got a key on. What's something that might be something that we might be able to see as far as in the pass game, because they're not going to pass unless they get you cheating on something, Coach.
Well, they've proven to other teams that they can stay with the running game and be competitive. They scored 45 points against Alexander, fumbled at the 1-yard line, got stopped at another time inside the red zone. They can put up points. The running backs are for real. Tovar brings a load. He's hard to tackle. He's fast. He's strong. And Joseph is faster, quicker, got great vision, and so does Compian. Compian is probably the 3rd back there, but he gets his yards. He does all the dirty work, and when it's time when they count on him, he comes through. But ultimately we have to bring it to them, put pressure on them, stay in our gaps, and tackle very well.
That's Coach Olivas, your defensive coordinator for the Eagle Pass Eagles. You're watching Real Sports Live Southwest.com.
We're back live, Real Sports Live Southwest. Friday there, we got playing our national anthem, played by the mighty Eagle Band. As we talked to Coach Olivas, and he had all that to say about, of course, this Nixon team who is without two key guys on the offensive side. So we want to also give you guys our two players of the game for last week, Christian Barcena and TJ Mares, and of course Coach Villalon. But we'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
Capital Insurance Services has been in services since 1965. We are an independent agency representing Progressive, Travelers, Allstate, and Mexico Insurance. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. Owned and operated by Clarissa Rivera and her friendly staff, Amanda Garza and Ivana Salinas. 2502 Del Rio Boulevard Auto has the car you need. Don't look any further. Come visit us at 2502 Del Rio Boulevard in Eagle Pass. Fast, easy credit approval, low down payments on any of our quality used cars. Stop by 2502 Del Rio Boulevard Auto.
Sarita's Tortilla Factory with 3 great locations to serve you in Maverick County. Come try our delicious barbacoa with the tortillas. Si son Saritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Sarita's Tortilla Factory. Eagle Grocery, La Tienda de los Venados, established in 1939, a staple in downtown Eagle Pass. Make sure you come by and visit our meat market. Also, don't forget, we are ready for Lent. So come by and see our party supplies for all your Easter needs at Eagle Grocery, La Tienda de los Venados.
And we're back live as the Eagles will kick off. David Lopez will be kicking off, and we got some news and notes here as far as for the Nixon Mustangs. They're without the services of Joseph Ibarra, number 12, the running back, who had an injury last week against Alexander, and also out today is Pablo Tovar. So you got two guys that, of course, are not in the game that make a difference in the ball game. So we're off and going here. As the Eagles will be on defense, and Nixon will return it to the 27-yard line. That's where they're going to start their first. And it's going to be interesting to see if, because they're an 85% run team, are they going to control the clock and are they going to control the line of scrimmage as the first drive we'll see from the 26, 1st and 10 for Austin Garcia, and the offense will give it and 9 yards on the first carry. Checking to see who
That's true, Freddie. These guys, new guys that are coming up here to take the spots for the injured ones for Ibarra and also for Tovar. They're going to have to play a big factor, and they're going to have to show up. If not, it's going to be a long ball game today.
Yeah, to the 35, 2nd and 1, a 9-yard carry for Rodrigo, who plays some DB. Also played a little bit of running back last year for them. And Rogelio again will get the handoff, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd and 1. That factor, like you mentioned, that factor of these guys coming in, Steven Tyler, who was the running back, also number 20, and Rodrigo, to see in that slot T offense and what they can bring to the table.
Yeah, it's going to be a heavy package, and they're going to be running that all night. And it's just going to be who's going to be able to be the guy to pick up the slack on the running game at this point. If they both can share it, that's going to be even a great deal for them. But one guy's going to have to step up tonight.
that handoff, and that one quickly collapsed the pocket, and the line moved backwards. And Rogelio gets 3 straight, and that one will be pushed back to actually no gain, 4th and 1. So it's going to be a key there on a 4th and 1 to see if they're not going to punt, but field position here for Nixon.
Looks like they're going to go for it, Freddie.
And a misdirection. The ball is a fumble.
He's going to pick it up, but there's a flag.
So flag on the play. That one is going to be the referee who threw it in the backfield. The ball was loose. Nixon did recover. One of the linemen did recover and recovered in forward progress, but trying to check the flag and see what happened and transpired on that play. He was stopped in the backfield. It was the defensive end on that other side. So false start.
That was a gutsy call right there, Freddie. To go for it on 4th and 2 in your own territory.
Yeah.
No gutsy call on that one, but hey, you're gonna have to pull up all the tricks on this one to come away with the W in this game.
Yeah, with being shorthanded, with the Ibarra not playing and Tovar not playing, having Compian back there who has carried the some of the load, but you don't have those home run hitters in Tovar. Also, the weather is a factor. It's going to be a factor tonight. In the past game a little bit, we do have some wind here at the Cozell Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. 9:52 left here in the first quarter, and a punt. So we'll see what the Eagles have coming out from their own 45-yard line. That's where the punt landed. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Like I mentioned, 9:52, and see how that freshman running back comes out on the first carry.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him come out. He's been the talk all day long in the pregame too, and I'm just excited to see what he does tonight here.
Mares comes to the near side. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He's being wrestled down at right around the 24-yard line. That was David Bessie. So Mares gets the edge, and he takes it all the way down into Nixon territory. First down, 1st and 10 from the 24. 3 receiver set. We'll give it to Mares. He tries to find in between the tackles and maybe got a yard.
On that one, 2-6 on for Mares. He got a good read, but he just didn't find the good hole. He should have bumped it to the outside on that one, Freddie. He followed his block, but the block was clogged up.
Yeah, now we got 2 receivers set to the near side, to the far side, one on the near side. Looking and finding that Sajisi Richie, looking, spins, and he will be brought down right around the 12-yard line.
That play was a real good play, Freddie, on that, on the little short 5 and in, but number 4 over there, Jacob Freeze, he needed to pick up that block. If he picked up that block, he was in for 6, no doubt.
So that good for 11 yards on a pitch and catch from Alan Rodriguez to Sajisi Richie to the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. 1 receiver to the near side, 3 to the far side with Mares in the backfield. He will get a jet sweep, will pull, and Mares will look to get into the end zone. And there is a flag on the play. Nobody gives love to the lineman, but that right there is what you call a pull play for Emmanuel Valderas. That gentleman pulled out, the guard pulls out, comes out, takes out the guy, and there is a flag on the play on that touchdown. There was a hold on the offense, so scratch the touchdown with 8:34 left, and they will bring them back 10 yards to the. Actually, they're going to bring them back to the 15 because it happened inside the 5. So the 15-yard line is going to be 1st and about 13. So a hold on the offense will bring them back 10 yards. Three receivers set to the far side, one on the near side. Shotgun formation for Rodriguez. Looking now, has a man open. Kipuros takes it in for 6. Eagles up and complete for 15-yard pass play with 8:28 left. The Eagles get into the end zone, and it was a quick pass, 15-yard touchdown.
And on that, Freddie, on their offensive schemes, they're doing it real good. They're making Nixon keep one guy in the box. They're separating the linebackers on that one. So if you're going to take one linebacker out, you can work with that slot all day with small passes with the slant or outside pass, or maybe even give it to your freshman running back and see what he can do with it.
Yeah, that's 6 and 7-0 with the point after attempt good. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Bienvenidos al restaurante Lulu. Los esperamos a almorzar o al buffet. Rica comida. Tenemos deliciosa comida casera, donde la comida se hace con mucho amor. Aquí los esperamos. Bienvenidos.
Rody's Country Fried Chicken, located at 1910 El Indio Highway, wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Wind Mavericks a successful season. From the Rodriguez family, come by before or after the game and enjoy some great food.
StadiR does its testing and evaluations quickly, without the delays.
And we're back live as that one goes through the end zone. 7-0, 8:28 as we're in timeout. Noah mentioned TJ Maris. Of course, Maris is a quick. He's a quick guy. He's quick around the corner. If he gets that edge, he will take it for 6. We saw it last week against LBJ. He got that edge. 41 yards later, he was in the end zone. So. We'll see on Nixon's second possession from their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. As there's a flag on the play. It's just a different feel of a Nixon team without their 2 guys. I know they have one of the 3 guys still there, Compian, but not having Toar and not having their home run hitter in Joseph Ibarra, it has a different feel for the offense. Again, it's one of those things where you have to stay healthy, and if you don't stay healthy, a lot of times that's what happens. You're behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and it's true, Freddie, and you can see it just how the backs are for Nixon right now. They know what they're doing, but they're not reading the right holes, and you can totally tell the inexperience on the running back part for them.
That one, again, Rodrigo and Salinas will clean it up on that 1st and 15 as they.
And on that one, Rodrigo came up shaking up, so I don't know. That might be another big factor tonight here.
So 7-0 lead for the Eagles as they took a 5-play scoring drive and a big run for Maris. Back to the outside, and he gets cut there by Ruiz, and ball carrier is Steven Tyler, the senior.
And this one with the Eagles are going to be playing heavy in the box all night. It's just, man, it's a guessing game really on that, whoever's going to get the ball on that handoff. And right there, that was a good little nice fake on the first handoff, and then he came back with number 20 on that one. So if they could keep it going like that, they might be given a good chance here, but they just have to keep the foot on the gas right now.
Slot T, and we'll give it to, again, Tyler. Tyler tries to find some running room. Actually, no, it's Compian. Compian gets the edge to the near side, and he gets across the 35 to the 36. He does get a first down for Nixon, and that's a Nixon first down. And Compian gets it to the 36. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs with 7:05 left here in the first quarter. So the Eagles got the ball back after the punt. took it 5 plays. And the under center is Austin Garcia. We'll give it to Rodrigo and clogging up that gap and that A gap or the B gap because they gotta be gap sound.
Yeah, it's either gonna be the A gap or B gap on that one, and they're gonna. I know the running games are bread and butter, Freddie, but they're gonna have to come in with at least a couple of passes because you can't have the running game all night, especially with this Eagle defense. You have some big boys up front that can really just get in there and destroy the offensive line, and then you got the backfield. You got Bettis in the backfield too, and then you got Jacob Reese and Lopez on the sides. The speed's gonna get there, and you're gonna really need the passing game.
That one to the outside, and he gets into the clear, across the 50 to the 45, and all the way down to the Eagle 43-yard line. And that one was Ricky Navarro, who again was a DB, junior DB. He's playing both ways, and Navarro slices and dices his way through for Nixon first down to the 44-yard line of Eagle Pass. 1st and 10 with 5:56. We'll give it again, and that one quickly met as that one coming in is Uriel Martinez, the junior linebacker, gets in for the tackle and a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 from the 45, just outside the 45-yard line for Nixon. Down 7-0, 5:28 left in this first quarter. We'll send the receiver. And there, again, when you run that slot T offense and you have to run it with perfection, and you have to know which where to go, what the direction, because it's all a misdirection.
Yeah, and you're right, Freddie. If one messes up, one hiccup, it's just going to be a crash, and it's going to just bring them spiraling down. So every possession, these guys need to make sure they know what they're doing in order to be functionally sound on this offense tonight.
As that one, Austin Garcia gets it to the 42-yard line. Out to the outside. And that one, the ball carrier, will be trying to see who that ball carrier was. Out to the outside. Not sure if they have that number out there. Don't want to give a name out that's not there. I know it's number 19, but
yeah,
not on the roster.
Oh.
So now we have a 4th and 4 for the Mustangs. Give it to Compian to the near side, and he gets out of bounds, hit out of bounds. Compian will get it to about the 32.
Yeah, but there's going to be a holding on that one. One of the linemen was just trying to hold the block, but he finally gave up and held on to him and got the holding call.
You called it. Was it in the inside the tackle box? Usually when inside the tackle box, that's what you get.
Yeah, and it was true, Freddie. The guy, he tried to hold on to that block, hold on, but he was just holding down to the jerseys way too long, and the ref caught him.
So a 4th and long now, instead of a 4th and manageable. Now with that ball to the Eagle Pass 48-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 14. Now they're going to have to punt it away instead of having a first down. And twice it's happened where penalties have stalled their drives, and that punt goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and you're going to have to be a real functional team tonight, Freddie. If Nixon's going to be making silly mistakes like that, it's going to really shoot him in the foot. Especially trying to win a ball game out here with 2 players out and your main guy really out for the whole season. So it's going to be a big factor, and they're going to be almost to perfect to really come out with the W in this game tonight.
Yeah, we got the offense now back on the field for Eagle Pass with 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation with Matis. Drops back to the outside, gets the ball completed to Jacob Reese out to the outside, and will cross the 45 to the 47-yard line.
And honestly, right now, I'm liking the Eagle offense, Freddie, because a couple weeks ago when we saw him here, against United. They're staying real just one-dimensional, and now you see them, they're going with the straight pass. And they're not just sticking with the just quarterback giving it to the running back real quick handoff. So that's all I'm seeing right here tonight with the passing and going back to the running and passing again.
Midas to the near side. He finishes the run and still on his feet. Will carry a couple of Mustangs with him to the 44-yard line. So we're seeing the development of this freshman. Again, knowing the fact that when you're a freshman, it's a different feel to a varsity game.
Yeah.
The speed is different. The hits are different. Everything about the atmosphere is different even. So, that's one thing that we wanted to see what his maturation was going to be. Two receivers to the far side, two to the near side. It's going to be in shotgun formation for Rodriguez. We'll give it to Midas. Midas up the middle, and we'll cross to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and you're right, Freddie. He's going to be developing from here on out, and it's real good that they have him in there to get these reps and stuff. Because right now, this is the early stage. Freshman JV, it's nothing compared to varsity. You're having guys that can really hit. There's going to be checkdowns. There's going to be, you really need to read the defense on plays. So this is where he's going to be learning and where he can develop into a good 4 years starting back. All good for the Eagles.
That one caught to the near side for CGC Richie. And Richie has a couple of, he has had a completion. That's his second completion and a 9-yard catch, 2nd and 1 from the 31 for the Eagles as they're mixing it up with the pass and run. Talked to Coach before the game and asked him if the weather was going to be a factor. He said, "No, this is what we look forward to." So Maris patiently waiting to the outside. He's at the 20, turns it on, 10-5 touchdown. That quick, he's into the end zone for 6 with 2:32 left. A 31-yard run for TJ Maris as he takes it 31 yards to pay dirt out to the outside.
That's how you can get confidence, Freddie, with Maris running the ball like that. You're gonna put confidence in your offense, especially him as a young freshman running that ball, especially at a varsity level. It's just gonna build up his confidence even more going up through the years.
There you go with Ramirez. And up and good. 14-0 the score. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Emergency room. We utilize the full services of a standard ER department, including CT scan, bedside emergency ultrasound, x-rays, and a full clinical laboratory, with a focus on getting you taken care of without long wait times. Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Texas Diamond Garage is located at 2881 North Veterans Boulevard. Personalize your car, truck, or SUV. Accessories, lift kits, maintenance, brake jobs, oil changes, and filter change. Best tires and rims around. Call them at 830-776-5363. That's Texas Diamond Garage.
And we're back. 14-0 is the score as the ball will go through the end zone. Back deep was Andres Baptista and Compian for the
There's going to be a flag, so right here, near side and far side.
the near side and the far side. We're going to have a flag as we're waiting to see what so by rule, on the offsides, they're going to mark 5 yards to the 30, and that's where Nixon will have it at their own 30, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Here with 2:32 left in the first quarter. We'll give it to J.J. Hernandez. A another DB that gone to the backfield.
Everyone's getting red tonight, Freddie. Honestly, and they're going both ways, so it's gonna be a hard night for them tonight.
And to the 32, 2nd and 8. Hernandez getting 2 yards on that rush. We'll give it cutting inside, cutting outside, and trying to find some running room was Ricky Navarro, who has one of the longest plays tonight for Nixon, as he had that nice gain in that previous drive. So again, they're mixing it up to the 38, 6-yard carry, 3rd and 2.
Freddie, their line's really going down with their blocks, and it's real good how the running back's following them and letting them pick up the blocks to get that yards.
And right there with clogging up is Saul Perales clogging up as soon as they get gap coverage, and then you got the linebackers crashing in. So with 1:20, and they stopped them at the 39, a 1-yard gain, 4th and 1.
If these linemen can get to the secondary and get to those backers, it's going to be a real good day for them. The running backs can just follow those blocks. And you see right there, they got into the secondary with the linebackers. So if you can get up there and really take control of the secondary box, it's going to be a good day for you.
There you go. So Ricky Navarro needed 1. Got a couple to the 43, 1st and 10. And the Mustangs have a first down. 48 seconds left. And that one goes for Nixon as being chased from behind. In for a touchdown. Mustangs. Matthew. Actually, it's number 19. I thought it was number 13, but it's number 19, and we don't have him on the roster. So that's number 19. A 57-yard touchdown run.
And if you look at that play, Freddie, some of the Eagles came to the near side, some Eagles went to the far side. It was like little Houdini who had the ball on that one, and he just took it and sneaked it up the middle and took it.
As the Mustangs put it into the end zone with 38 seconds left here in the first quarter, and the point after is good. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Road Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. We know that our patients deserve better than the typical cramped waiting areas and long lines. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Hey everyone, my name is Rudy with Mattress Clearance Warehouse, inviting you to come and see the best priced mattresses in all of Laredo and now our new location in Eagle Pass. Take advantage of our great promotion that we have right now. For only $40 down, you can take your mattresses home today. Get 90 days, same as cash. Queen sets start at only $150. We have a wide selection of different styles at different prices. Save as much as 75% off from big store prices. Call the number on your screen. Call me today.
And we're back live as that ball falls in, almost picked up. Actually, the ball is still out, and they're going to say that the ball was down as the referee comes out at the 20-yard line. Very emphatically comes out and says it was down already. As that one was, it was a short kick, and that ball fell about the 20, took a bounce, and the Mustangs were trying to get on it. So 14-6 is the score from 14-7, excuse me, from Cozell Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium, as the Eagles are up by 7 as we await the first play from the 20. We'll give to Mares to the near side, makes a move, and there is a flag on the play. He's out to the 40.
I think on Richie on that one. It was a side block, and I think he had his back turned, so it's more likely going to be a block in the back. Or maybe even a holding call. Who knows? But I don't think it's a holding call.
So we await. Eagle pass at their own 20.
Yeah, it's going to be a block in the back on Richie on that one. The DB had his back turned a little bit, and I guess it was turned enough to get the call, so hey, that's going to hurt him a little bit.
Yeah, because that one was a nice carry, a 20-yard carry for Mares over to the 40-yard line, and they're going to step it back 10 yards to the 10-yard line. So an offensive penalty, 1st and 20 for the Eagles with 26 seconds left here in the first quarter, up by 7. And 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun formation for Alan Rodriguez will send Mares, and he will fall forward for a yard to the 11-yard line. So 2nd and 19.
On that one, he had TJ wide open. He just needed, I think, do another check down on that one because TJ was open. The receivers took the DBs with them, and that could have been a first down right there if he would have given it to TJ.
So they're going to let the clock run out. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Quality Insulation Services from our experienced professionals. Call us for more details at 830-776-9080 or visit us at 2881 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass. Texas Diamond Insulation. Build it right, seal it right. If you can build it, we can spray it. Insulation that lasts forever.
And we're back live, 14-7 as we start the second quarter, 2nd and 19 from the 11. Ball to Dakota Kiporos. Kiporos will take it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Nice spot, a 6-yard catch and run for Dakota Kiporos from Alan Rodriguez. So a 6-yard carry brings a 3rd and 12.
So far,
3rd and 13.
He's putting up a good fight now, Freddie, so you never know. This could be a ball game tonight.
Yeah, again with the slot T offense, it's to manage your time and to keep it away from their offense. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Not very exotic. Now looking to throw out to the outside. It's open is CGC Richie, as that one. Again, Coach Villalon said that they wanted to bring pressure, but they wanted to bring pressure with their front 4. They did bring an extra guy there, and Alan Rodriguez burns them to the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, as that one was complete to CGC Richie for 33-yard pass play.
Yeah, on that one, it just looked like it was broken coverage. The DB went with another man, and the safety didn't even look down to see if there's another man going deep, and that was just a broken play coverage.
That one open to Reese. Reese will be hit out of bounds at the 29-yard line. So another pass play. So Jacob Reese to the 29. It's going to be a 1st and 10. That's a nice 11-yard pickup. 21-yard pickup. Sorry, excuse me. Check that. 21-yard pickup. And so 14-7 with 10:43. We're in the second quarter of play from Cozell Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. For all of you that are listening to us, pitch out to Mares. Mares will have some green to work with down on the far sideline. We'll get it to the 20-yard line as he's upended at the 20. So a 9-yard carry for Mares. As you look at him, and you look at him on film, and you think, okay, is he really fast? But you look at him in person, he's fast.
Yeah, he is fast, and Also, you look at his statue, he's not that big of a running back. He's not that big. He's not bulky or anything. He's just your slim, normal, I guess, running back. The one you're going to see on a normal day basis, but the speed, man. The speed makes up for it, and he's not afraid to take the hits.
As Dakota complete to Dakota Kiporos, trying to find some running room. He does find some yardage to the 16-yard line, so a 4-yard catch there for Dakota Kiporos. That slot is open. That slot receiver on the 4-receiver set, the inside guy has been open for those quick passes tonight with 9:50 left.
Yeah, and he's gonna be open all night because, like you said, they want to bring in pressure. So you're really gonna have to give up. You're gonna give up either yards or you're gonna give up the pressure. So you're really just iffy. It's a 50-50 thing on that.
There's 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun formation. Kiporos in motion. Drops back, looking, surveying. Now finds somebody open on the far sideline. Gets it inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. Looking at that's Carlos Santos.
And honestly, right now, Freddie, I think their deal should be is I would give up the pressure. Try and work, stay on them all night long because you can't be giving away easy plays like that. If you're going to be giving away easy plays, they're going to take advantage of it, especially with this type of offense, especially with the arm for this guy for the Eagles, number 7. He's going to take advantage. He's going to have a picnic all day with you on that.
And Rodriguez, who is 5 for 5 in this drive, has 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Is the right hash. Will send Maris in motion. Had somebody in his face. Now he rolls out and tucks it in, and he will be out of bounds at the 1-yard line. And Rodriguez, who you just mentioned, he really saw the guy come in free, and he just did a swim move and did a turn and took it all the way down to the 1-yard line for a 13-yard first and goal, 13-yard carry there for Rodriguez. 2 receivers stacked to the far side. We'll give it to Mares. Mares will punch it in, I believe. And they're going to call him down at the half-yard line.
He's going to be stopped short there.
Actually, there's... actually, no. There was a flag, and it is a touchdown. Finally called it a touchdown, but Mares did go in from 1 yard out for his second touchdown of the night. And with 8:36 left here in the second quarter, the Eagles put 6 more points on the board, 20-7, as it was the Mares and Alan Rodriguez show, as Alan through the air and Mares on the ground for the Eagles.
Yeah, right there was a real good showing just on how Rodriguez can really pass the ball. He was showing a display of his arm on the run, sitting back in the pocket, and also for TJ Matis, his speed showed on that one too, Freddie. So overall, they're looking real on all cylinders tonight.
As they put the extra point through the uprights, 21-7. We'll be back with more after this.
Llega un momento en la vida en que necesitamos cuidados especiales. Y cuando ese momento llegue, piense en Maverick Nursing and Rehabilitation. Maverick Nursing and Rehabilitation Center es un centro de enfermería especializada y de atención a largo plazo que brinda servicios integrales para esas personas que necesitan un tratamiento especializado que se centra en la atención de la demencia y el deterioro de la memoria y que a la vez necesita atenciones de enfermería especializadas. Maverick Nursing and Rehabilitation lo espera en el 3106 Bob Rogers, aquí en Eagle Pass. Para mayores informes llame al 830-335-4832.
$21-7 is the score. There's a kickoff here. We'll be taking it about the 15-yard line. That's Compian. We'll find some running room in between all his blockers, and we'll take it out to the 34-yard line.
And so far, Freddie, for Nixon, they're really going to set up a ball on the offense. The line's doing good work, trying to get to the secondary level, but it's the running backs. The running backs are really going to have to take it up a notch here to stay in this ball game.
There is a flag on the play. actually, was it a timeout then?
I'm guessing so.
It was a timeout, so Nixon will have it at their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Two receivers to the near side. Austin Garcia will give it to one of his three running backs in the backfield. Actually, one of his two running backs now, and that was Compian, who will go forward to the 36.
If Nixon really wants to shake himself up right here, I think a good bootleg right here. Play action bootleg, just roll it out. Look for a quick slant right here because you're having two DBs spread out to the inside. You got your linebackers in the box, and they're coming in straight blitzing. They're not even sitting back. They're not even reading. They're going straight in and going into the trenches.
Nice block there. What we call a pancake block by one of the linemen. That was Brian Gutierrez showing some love to the O-line. He pancaked the linebacker, and he did what he had to do. 3rd and 6.
They're getting the job done so far. The O-line is doing their job, but like we're talking about right now, it's the running backs. They're going to need to step up. They're going to need to hit their holes. And you're going to have to run down hard because the type of offense you have, it's not like you're going to bounce it to the outside all the time. It's a run-down offense.
We'll send the receivers out to the outside. We'll bring Compian in motion. Garcia will look to throw, and he will be met.
There's going to be a flag on that one. Big time on a face mask.
So Garcia gets sacked, and flags come flying as it was a team effort for the Eagles as they come in with about 2 or 3 guys. Schussler, Perales. So there's offsetting penalties, and
that really hurt Nixon. If you could have get the face mask on that one, that would have given you automatic first, new fresh set of downs. So it's a simple mistake, so they're going to shoot you in the foot.
So the ball, with the penalties offsetting, they're going to put the ball back on the 37-yard line. And it's going to be a replay of 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for Nixon with 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. We'll give it to the running back in a nice play in the backfield. That one, and Schussler now on the was on the short. He's always on the short side. Now he was on that short side, or he was on the strong side, and he got in there for tackle, getting Navarro in the backfield. So actually, no gain. 37, 4th and 6. So Nixon takes a timeout. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
Utility Trailer Sales Southeast Texas Incorporated sells parts, service, carrier, certified carrier, trained technician on site. Get your rentals, finance available. Come into our newest location in Eagle Pass, 5395 US Highway 57. Family owned and operated, your one-stop shop for all your truck, trailer, and tanker needs. Utility Trailer Sales Southeast Texas Incorporated.
To all of our customers, we greatly appreciate your business and we hope to see you soon.
And a punt that they punted away, and Garcia was unable to get it off. And no receiver in the area as the referee explains and what happened there in that play.
And right now, everything's just going wrong for Nixon, Freddie. From the running game to now special teams. And looks like it's going to be a long night so far.
So the Eagles will have the ball. 1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. At the Nixon 37. And that one was the ball carrier. And you mentioned number 3, Isaac Caballero, now checks into the game. And he gets a yard loss, -1 to the 38. And 2nd and 11 for the Eagles with 5:53 left here in the second quarter. 3 receivers to the far side, to the near side, 1 to the far side. And Carlos Santos. Santos breaks away, still on his feet, crosses the 25 to the 24.
Yeah, right now so far the offense is looking like they're on all cylinders, Freddie. It looks like nothing's going to really stop them tonight. And I'm kind of glad they took out TJ right now. You're up by a good lead so far. You have control of the ball game. Let other guys get in their reps, get in their game time, because you don't want something to happen where you're going to need these guys for the whole season.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have some fresh guys coming in and out. It is a 21-7 lead. You're in the second quarter with 5:22 left. And you bring in some other guys to get some reps, like you mentioned. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Shotgun Rodriguez will hand it off to, actually no, thought he had handed off to Caballero, but in the RPO, the run pass option, you never know what's going to happen. He took it out and got it complete to Santos on the far side and down to the 16, 17-yard line, I believe. 2nd and 2 was an 8-yard pass play there. To the 12. Actually, to the 16, sorry.
And he pulled it out again with the RPO.
And Santos to the far side will take it all the way down to just inside the 5 and the 3-yard line.
That number 5 Santos, he looks like a real steady, strong little one, and he just pushes forward. He doesn't give up. He takes one hit, bounces off, and takes another, and still bounces off. He's a little hard-nosed runner, and that's what's good about him.
He will have 2 receivers to the far side, to the near side, shotgun formation with Caballero on his left side. Pitch out. Caballero will make the first man miss, but there is enough Mustangs out to the outside and bring him down is Sebastian Moreno. So it was a 1st and goal at the 3, and they lose some yardage to the 7. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 7, and a timeout is called. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
The wait is over. Stat Specialty Hospital is now open with a patient-centered model focused on expedient emergency care, short hospital stays, and outpatient services 24/7. Stat Specialty Hospital's registration process is fast, and you'll be seen by a physician within minutes. Our professional team will treat you immediately with compassion, providing only the highest standards for your medical condition. Experience the difference that sets us apart at the corner of Veterans and Strickland Avenue. Stat Specialty Hospital. Get in, get out, get back to life.
And we're back live as the Eagles have it at their own 7-yard line for a 2nd and goal. And we'll have a 2 receiver set to the far side, 1 on the near side. We'll bring Kiporos in motion. Roll out and have one wide open for an Eagle touchdown. As Kiporos gets loose and in for a 7-yard touchdown pass from Alan Rodriguez. 7 yards in the air to Kipros with 4:24 left here in the second quarter. They put 6 more points on the board and have a 27-7 lead. A 20-point lead here just before the half. Ramirez will boot it through. And we'll take a short break. We'll be back with more after this.
Llega un momento en la vida en que necesitamos cuidados especiales. Y cuando ese momento llegue, piense en Maverick Nursing and Rehabilitation. Maverick Nursing and Rehabilitation Center es un centro de enfermería especializada y de atención a largo plazo que brinda servicios integrales para esas personas que necesitan un tratamiento especializado que se centra en la atención de la demencia y el deterioro de la memoria y que a la vez necesita atenciones de enfermería especializadas. Maverick Nursing and Rehabilitation lo espera en el 3106 Bob Rogers, aquí en Eagle Pass. Para mayores informes llame al 830-335-4832.
We're back live, 28-7, second quarter here from Crozell Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium as we have 4 minutes left before halftime. David Lopez, number 84, will kick it off. Taking it about the 7-yard line. We got David Lopez, Knickerbocker Heredia Salinas. As,
Good thing that they can only hear your voice, but not see your face.
Yeah, thank God, right? Thank God they can't see me, but guess what? They know me. 4:15 left here in the second quarter as David Lopez here with us as he comes by just to say hi. Some of our fans, make sure you guys share the link. Share us on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube as the Nixon has it at their own 20-yard line. And breaking off is Compián at the 40. Will actually almost step out of bounds, and he kept his balance all the way down to the Eagle 44-yard line. Jesus Compián all the way down to the Eagle 44-yard line. Broke off. 36-yard run there. First and 10. There's a fumble on the play. Waiting to see who picked it up. The Lion Shark defense waiting. And it is a turnover, as that was recovered by number 44, Charlie Schussler.
Right now, everything's just going downhill for the Mustangs so far, Freddie, and it's not looking too good, especially with it being in the second quarter and it being 28-7.
Yeah, that turnover, as you got a big play, a 36-yard run on that one, and then all of a sudden you get a fumble on that play, and the opposition recovers as the Eagles will take over at their own 46-yard line. First and 10. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Shotgun formation will give to, looking now, stepping to the side, rolling out right side, and throws it out of bounds. As the nearest running back was Saul Perales. Now Perales will get some carries there for the Eagles.
Yeah, TJ Mattis is also in there, but why not? Why wouldn't you put in number 20 and 21 and Perales? It's just let you guys work tonight.
That's the first incomplete pass for this gentleman in Alan Rodriguez.
Hey, if you only have one incomplete out of the whole game, you're doing your job.
Yeah,
you're getting your job done.
You're getting your job done, throwing efficiently tonight, and there's a timeout called.
Like you said, Freddie, he's getting his passes down from on the run to the deep ball to his little quick check downs. He's doing everything precise, and it's showing.
Yeah.
And it's showing tonight.
So they call a timeout. Should we call a timeout? No, let's keep it here. Of course, we got at halftime. We'll get to our players of the game of last week and what they had to say about the game for last week. And we had talked to Coach Villalon, so we'll have what he had to say about the game tonight and what they had to do. So kind of looking at what transpired in the first quarter, in the first half, and seeing what he mentioned to us before the game, and now what has transpired in that first half, in this first half for the Nixon Mustangs. They were looking to make sure that they would keep the Eagle offense off the field as much as they could. It hasn't happened.
Yeah, and you have to. The Eagle offense is always a threat from the passing to the running, especially when you have the depth chart as the running backs, and you have depth chart on the receiver side too. It's kind of hard. If you have them on the field most of the time, they're gonna hurt you, and it's gonna make you pay, honestly.
So 3:56 left. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Shotgun formation. We'll have Mares spring out to the near side. He does catch the ball. He's to the 47-yard line. Actually, we'll give him forward progress to the 46.
And honestly, TJ Mares, he reminds me of Marky Venegas.
Really?
Yeah, Marky Venegas, he's a speedster. Thing is, he was a bigger back. But he came in as a freshman, and he showed that, hey, I could be here, I could play with y'all. Even though I'm a freshman, I could ball up to just how TJ is doing tonight, and especially with the speed, and he's not afraid to take hits. So he kind of resembles Marky Venegas, and let's see how he grows in the next coming years.
Yeah, two backs in the backfield with Perales and TJ Mares. Looking, double move. That one will be out of bounds. Trying to toe the line there was Kiporos, as not too much of a factor. The wind blowing in as you're going from the south end of the stadium to the north end. So 4th and 9, as that was his second incomplete pass.
Is this the first 4 and out for them?
This would be the first 4 and out in as many, and we'll go back to because they've either scored. They scored on every possession except for this one. Actually, there is a fake, and that one is not caught, as that one was just hit the turf, and Christian Barcena did everything in his power to get under that ball. We'll check the replay on that one, but
the ref made it sure that it was an incomplete pass. He batted the floor. He told him he bobbled it, that it touched the floor. So the ref made sure that it was an incomplete pass.
So now we're gonna have Nixon take the ball at the Eagle Pass 47-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Nixon offense. 3:36 left before the half.
And honestly, right now, if you're Nixon, you're just trying to get into the end zone. You're trying to not let this game get out of hand. You're just gonna need to stop the bleeding right now and get into the end zone to at least stay in this ball game.
Garcia will try and throw, steps up in the pocket, now tucks it in, and is bottled up quickly, immediately, by a host of Eagles. First one was Uriel Martinez, and then cleaning up is Jacob Salinas.
On that one, I don't know. He had a receiver downfield. He had number 19 downfield on the far side, and I guess he was just under pressure on that one. He's like, no, I'm just going to tuck it and run and be safe, but he needs to really check down on his field, and I know he's not getting that much time, especially with the type of formation they're running on this offense. They're bringing the pressure, they're bringing guns blazing all night, so I guys you just don't have time on that one. So I guess that was the reason why he came in and just took it.
Again, the other thing that like you're saying, you got nine guys in the box. I mean,
it's going to be full pressure all night.
Give to Compian following his blocks. He comes out of that one, and we'll get it to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, like you're saying, Freddie, it makes it difficult. You're right, it makes it difficult, especially when you have a lot of guys in the box and they're coming in every play. And now it is kind of hard to read, trying to look for a deep man, but I guess they're trying to make something happen here.
Yeah, late in this second quarter, as we 2:15 before the half, Garcia under center. We'll give, I believe, to number 19. Yeah, that is number 19, who has the lone touchdown.
He's the unknown man for tonight.
Yeah, he's the unknown guy. He's the unknown football player. 4th and 1, a 3-yard carry to the 38. And steps away, almost breaks it off for a nice pickup for Hernandez, J.J. Hernandez. We'll get it all the way down to the Eagle 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
And right now, so far, the offensive line, they're doing a pretty good job. They're making sure the gaps are open. They're pulling, and they're being real nice and neat. They're picking up the blocks they need to pick up. It's just the running backs. They're not following them sometimes, or they're hitting the quickest hole instead of trying to find the clear hole. So right now, the O-line's doing their job on getting the blocks and really just picking up the work for them. But the running backs are going to need to pick it up tonight also.
2nd and 8 on a 2-yard carry. We'll give it again to Hernandez. Hernandez will make his way through the O-line and through the defense of the Eagles, and we'll get it down inside the 20, inside the red zone to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he's trying to just drag and scratch out every inch that he can get for the first down.
3rd and 1, as there was a second and 8, a 7-yard carry. Give it again to Hernandez, and Hernandez will carry it. He's a junior. Will carry it all the way to the 15, maybe inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So a 4-yard carry on a 3rd and 1 for Hernandez. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs with 32 seconds left in this first half. You got any update from Harlandale yet?
So far, still 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, nothing's happened yet.
CC win and Harlandale, a big pivotal game in week 3 of 14-5A. As Coach Villaseñor, we had a talk with him on Thursday, our Thursday morning Gridiron Talk Show. Make sure you guys catch us at 10 a.m. as we talk X's and O's, and of course we talk football, and we talk about, of course, this week's games. We're going to be talking next week on Thursday and the following games, as we got some other big games next week. Next week, San Antonio Harlan will come into town.
Yeah, that's the game everyone's waiting for. I'm waiting for.
Yeah, last year, CC Win went to up to San Antonio, Dub Ferris Stadium, and the defense came up big for the CC Win Mavericks, 7-3, as they had a defensive touchdown, and they held them. They held Cannon Williams and McDay, but Harlan is unbeaten right now. They're undefeated.
Yeah, they're coming in with revenge.
So,
especially coming into our house, they're going to come. They're going to try and take that dub away from the Mavericks.
Garcia looking to throw, and in his face is number 42, Andres Conde, with the sack. And Austin Garcia gets, actually that was Aguilera on the tackle. Nathan Aguilera, the sophomore, coming in, and I thought it was 42, but no, it's 48. And that one all the way to the 25-yard line, so a loss of 11 yards. 2nd and 20 with 23 seconds left. So you got some young guys on the D line for Eagle Pass that are doing some work tonight.
Yeah.
You know, when you get into week 3, you kind of know your identity too. You know what you're good at. You know what you need to do. as Coach Villaseñor also said, everybody knows their identity now with the power running with Ethan Johnston as Eagle Pass. The same thing. They know what they do on the offense. They know what they do on defense. What they're good at. So it's gonna be interesting to see these last 3 weeks of Texas high school football and leading into.
It's gonna be exciting because everything's up in the air right now so far. So anyone can come back with the title. Anyone can lose at any time. So it's real. I'm anticipating to see what's gonna happen. Honestly.
So false start will put them 5 yards back as they were in the red zone. Now they're at the 30. It's going to be a 2nd and 25. They started at the Eagle Pass 47-yard line. And again, that's what Coach Villalon had mentioned, these long drives. He doesn't mind these 14, 15, 16-play drives, only if they result in points.
Yep.
That one over the head of Garcia, he manages to get it in the air. And it is incomplete as it's dropped up the seam. And the Compián had it in his hands. And it falls incomplete. That would have been a 30-yard touchdown pass for the Mustangs. And it falls incomplete. 3rd and 25. With just 17 seconds left here in the first half. 28-7. We're going to get to, of course, all the scoring drives. As we're going to tell you what happened at the half. Garcia would drop back and has Charlie Schussler breathing down his neck, and a sack by Charlie Schussler will move the Nixon Mustangs to the 40-yard line. A 10-yard.
It's gonna be the next one.
So it's that was the last play of the half as the Eagle Pass defense shuts the door on Nixon. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
Utility Trailer Sales Southeast Texas Incorporated sells parts, service, carrier, certified carrier, trained technician on site. Get your rentals, finance available. Come into our newest location in Eagle Pass, 5395 US Highway 57. Family owned and operated, your one-stop shop for all your truck, trailer, and tanker needs. Utility Trailer Sales Southeast Texas Incorporated.
To all of our customers, we greatly appreciate your business and we hope to see you soon.
The wait is over. Stat Specialty Hospital is now open with a patient-centered model focused on expedient emergency care, short hospital stays, and outpatient services 24/7. Stat Specialty Hospital's registration process is fast, and you'll be seen by a physician within minutes. Our professional team will treat you immediately with compassion, providing only the highest standards for your medical condition. Experience the difference that sets us apart at the corner of Veterans and Strickland Avenue. Stat Specialty Hospital. Get in, get out, get back to life.
$28 to 7 at half. We're live from the the Colesville Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. I keep saying the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center because that's the It's the Eagle Pass ISD Student Activity Center here in Eagle Pass, but it's the Colesville Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. In Laredo, it's the UISD Student Activity Center, but it's the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center. So Yeah, when we cover a lot of football, a lot of stadiums. Yeah, you go to a million stadiums, man. It's hard, but 28-7 here at the half, and we're gonna get to the players of the game of last week. We want to make sure that that's what we do with Real Sports Live. We feature the kids on the field and on the court and on the baseball field in any which way you see it. That's who we are here for. For the fans, the parents, the grandparents, the aunts, uncles, everybody that watches these young athletes, high school athletes, and of course the kids that are on the field doing what student athletes do. So here is Christian Barcena with his interview and told us a little bit about what is important to him of that game against LBJ and having that interception late in that game.
I get you, Freddie, because when I hear your name on the radio and your aunts and grandma and all them telling you, oh, we heard your name on the radio and how you were playing stuff, it gets you excited. It's cool that people are hearing your name out there, especially when I was small, hearing guys' names like from varsity, from baseball and football. Just for your name to be said on the radio or on TV, how we're doing here live, it's awesome feeling. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll get back to this and we'll be back with more.
But you had three big touchdowns. The touchdowns, of course, were short yardage touchdowns, except for that 41-yarder. As a freshman, what kind of Real Sports Live Southwest, ready there with Christian Barcena, senior defensive back safety for the Eagle Pass Eagles, as the Ram Country Auto World defensive player of the game against LBJ. Came up with a big interception at a time when the Wolves were driving.
Go, Chris!
What do you look forward to this game this week, Friday night, here at home against Nixon?
We're just trying to make a big statement for next week at South. We got to take care of Nixon. They run a weird offense, so they're going to be a run-heavy team, but we're just going to try to play our game and beat them tonight. Get an interception or a turnover.
Looking at Nixon, of course, they have Joseph Ibarra, who's a 200-meter champion in District 29 6A. They also have Tawad, a big bruising back in the backfield. As you mentioned, they run a slot T offense, misdirection offense. You guys have played similar offenses against Southwest. What are the keys to keying on the offense?
Our D-line and linebackers are just going to have to plug up the holes, and if they spit it out, our DB's got to clean it up. Just like that.
That's Christian Barca, your defensive player of the game. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Now we go with the interview with TJ Mares, the freshman, and what he had to say about the game last week, as he was named Hacienda Ford Has-It Player of the Game.
Real Sports Live Southwest, Freddie Rea with TJ Mares, offensive player of the game. 8 carries, 64 yards, 3 touchdowns. How did you feel about this game against LBJ? And you had that 41-yard touchdown run. After you got in the clear and you saw green, was there anybody that can stop you?
No, sir. I'm just going to keep doing me with my team. We're doing good right now, and just all of the line, and it's team based.
As far as the yardage, I know you had only 64 yards, but you had 3 big touchdowns. The touchdowns, of course, were short yardage touchdowns, except for that 41-yarder. As a freshman, what kind of things do the upperclassmen tell you to keep your cool as far as in the game?
Just keep doing work and just work at it. Better and better.
TJ, looking at Nixon and the Nixon defense, they run a base 4-3 defense. What did Coach tell you, and what are the things that Coach Cardenas tells you sometimes coming off the offense and getting going for the next drive?
Just gotta do work, just keep on working, find the holes, and just sometimes go a little slow, but that's all.
TJ Mares, your offensive player of the game. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Well, at halftime, 28-7, as you heard there. We're going to go to break. We'll be back with more as we talk to Coach Villalon before the game, and we'll have what he had to say, the keys to the game for this game was.
Stat Emergency Centers. Proven leadership, experience, and high standards in patient care and services. The difference sets us apart. Stat Emergency Centers was the first to implement a modern approach in emergency room services. Voted best freestanding ER and now first to develop an independent physician-owned specialty inpatient acute care hospital. Your healthcare matters to us. Thank you, Laredo, for trusting Stat Emergency Centers and providers with your healthcare needs. Excellence is not a given. You earn it.
Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. We know that our patients deserve better than the typical cramped waiting areas and long lines. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Hey everyone, my name is Rudy with Mattress Clearance Warehouse, inviting you to come and see the best price mattresses in all of Laredo and now our new location in Eagle Pass. Take advantage of our great promotion that we have right now. For only $40 down, you can take your mattresses home today. Get 90 days same as cash. Queen sets start at only $150. We have a wide selection of different styles at different prices. Save as much as 75% off from big store prices. Call the number on your screen. Call me today.
Quality Insulation Services from our experienced professionals. Call us for more details at 830-776-9080 or visit us at 2881 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass. Texas Diamond Insulation. Build it right, seal it right. If you can build it, we can spray it. Insulation that lasts forever.
And we're back live. David Lopez with us here in the booth. 28-7 is the score. I'm really baby. Oh, always comes in and yells like that. And instead of knowing the fact that he's on radio, he's on the internet, and people are gonna say, "Who is this guy yelling?"
Go Eagles, baby.
Coach, how did you see the first half? 28-7. As we got Noah Garcia with us, of course, our camera operator upstairs, taking all your sights of the field. As we'll have that presentation of the video an hour after this game is concluded. You guys get to watch what happened on the field as we're at halftime, 28-7. Coach, what did you see in the first half for the Eagles offense?
Well, actually pretty fun and explosive. We got the freshman kid running around the field, getting 30-yard runs, 25-yard runs, right?
TJ Maris is the young man that we actually just had an interview with him, and that's one of the things that we talked about in that interview is how he has developed into the offense and the fact that he's playing varsity as a freshman.
Exactly, and that's just a big confidence boost for him as a freshman, right? And especially in a game like this where you get, add some yardage and put in some touchdowns. But give it up to the offense, man. The defense is playing good. The offense is spreading the ball around more. Now we got several touches by some of the wide receivers. We have Kipuros in for a touchdown. Number 11, CGC's been getting some touches. So number 5, everybody's been getting some touches.
Santos.
Yes, sir. So they're spreading the ball out pretty well, which is always good to see.
Jacob Reese.
Yeah. So which is what you want to see from an offense like that, right?
Yeah. And with that, let's go ahead and give you the halftime stats that are brought to you by Conrado Perez, and the stats, of course, compiled by Conrado Perez. He's the statistician for Eagle Pass Athletics. For Laredo Nixon, 29 rushing attempts, and we knew that they were going to rush 50 to 60 times a game. 29 rushes for 167 yards. There are no completions, 2 attempts for 0 yards for Garcia. 167 yards total, 6 first downs, 4 penalties for 25 yards. For the Eagles, only 12 attempts for 105 yards, 14 of 17, only 3 incompletes for Alan Rodriguez, and the quarterback for 164 yards, 269, so 102 yards more of offense for the Eagles, 9 first downs, 3 penalties for 20 yards, and that's the halftime stats brought to you by Knickerbocker, Heredia, Salinas, and Salinas. Make sure you call them up, 830-968-3160. David Lopez, legal consultant, legal. He can take care of you if you're in an accident or if you want to file somebody has done something wrong to you in a car crash. Well, guess what? You can call them up, 830-968-3160. Update from Harlandale.
13-3 still. Still 13-3 in Harlandale right now.
So the Mavericks are up 13-3. As we look at the Division 1 14-5A season rank or season 6-0 for the Harlan Hawks as they lead the district 2-0 in district. Laredo Martin not far behind. They're 4-2, but they're also 2-0 in district play. CC Win is at 3-3 with a 1-1 district record. Southwest Legacy is 4-2 with a 1-1 record. Southwest is 1-4 with an 0-1 district record. Harlandale is 0-1 as they lost last week to, in the 63-45 or 63-35 was that game against Harlan, who they kept in the game until the half, and they're 2-3 overall. 0-6 for the McCullum Cowboys, who are 0-2 in district play tonight. Of course, CC Win at Harlandale, Southwest at Laredo Martin, and Harlan is open. Southwest Legacy beat McCullum on Thursday night over at Harlandale Memorial Stadium. Tonight, the Laredo Nixon come into town and play the Eagles. They're at halftime. Right now, we're 28-7. LBJ is at Del Rio as Del Rio has their homecoming. United South is at Alexander. They're at the SAC over at the DuBois Johnson Student Activity Center. We want to see maybe we can get an update of that game because that one has some implications because Laredo United is open tonight. They're not playing. They're 5-1 with 2-0 record in district. Alexander is 4-2 overall with a 2-0 district record. United South is 2-3 overall with a 1-0 district record. Eagle Pass 4-2 with a 1-1 district record. Del Rio is at 0-5 and 0-1 in district. Laredo Nixon is 0-2 with a 4-2 overall record. LBJ is 2-4 overall with an 0-2 district record. So again, we have some teams playing and not playing. We want to see what transpires the rest of the way. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Bienvenidos al restaurante Lulu. Los esperamos a almorzar o al buffet. Rica comida. Tenemos deliciosa comida casera donde la comida se hace con mucho amor. Aquí los esperamos. Bienvenidos.
Rody's Country Fried Chicken, located at 1910 El Indio Highway, wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Wood Mavericks a successful season. From the Rodriguez family, come by before or after the game and enjoy some great food.
StatER does its testing and evaluations quickly without the delays of a traditional emergency room. We utilize the full services of a standard ER department, including CT scan, bedside emergency ultrasound, x-rays, and a full clinical laboratory, with a focus on getting you taken care of without long wait times. Stat Emergency Center is here to offer emergency services any day of the week and around the clock. Get the care you deserve. Get treated, not seated.
Texas Diamond Garage is located at 2881 North Veterans Boulevard. Personalize your car, truck, or SUV. Accessories, lift kits, maintenance, brake jobs, oil changes, and filter change. Best tires and rims around. Call them at 830-776-5363. That's Texas Diamond Garage.
And we're back live, halftime here from Colesdale Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium, 28-7. The defense has been doing the job for the Eagles. Charlie Schussler, the D-line, the linebackers, even the defensive backs have done their job. David Lopez, Christian Barcena. So, again, they're all doing what they need to do against Nixon. Stop that potent offense. And again, they have 167 yards rushing, but there's two of their playmakers that are not on the field. Number 25, Paulo Tovar, is out with a concussion, and Joseph Ibarra, who is a 200-meter champion of a year ago, the district champion, Joseph Ibarra, he's out for the year with a torn ACL. So that's, you're losing some of your guns like that. It's hard, as we're going to have an interview with Coach Villalon earlier today before the game. This is what he had to say.
Real Sports Live Southwest with Coach Villalon of the Laredo Nixon Mustangs. Coach, coming in 0-2 in district play, 4-2 overall. You got a couple of injury bugs, Coach, but the team is ready for the travel to Eagle Pass and get ready for a Tom Gonzalez coach the Eagles. What are the three keys for tonight's game, Coach?
Number one, we got to figure out a way to get the pressure on the quarterback. Very few teams have been able to do that, which is why they've been so prolific with their passing attack. And we're going to try to do it without blitzing. We're going to try to get our front four to actually exert pressure, because anytime you send anybody, it opens up a lot of big gaps. So one is to try to get the quarterback uncomfortable and try to get them off their game with their passing game. Two, their running game, they do a great job of not only running sweeps, but also pulling guards and opening up people for big yards. They've got two excellent running backs to do it with. And our defensive linemen have to really squeeze that gap down and have the Mike linebacker clean up the mess. Offensively, we've got to be able to move the ball against the wind. We've got to be able to move the chains, keep their offense on the sideline, execute, finish the drives, not with punts, not with field goals. We got to get in the end zone. So those are 3 points for us to have that we've got to execute if we're going to try to be competitive with these guys.
Coach, I know you're without Tovar and without Ibarra, but you got a great chemistry of teammates, that the next man up kind of mentality, Coach. And who would be coming in at tailback and at fullback back there in the slot T, Coach?
At tailback, we have a senior named Steven Taylor. He's fast but very inexperienced because he didn't play football last year. And so he's been doing his best to learn the offense as best he can. And tonight, whether he's ready or not, he's going to go. And at fullback, we're rotating 2 different seniors. We brought TJ Rogelio from defense, from safety, over to run fullback. He did it a little bit way back in the day. And our other fullback, Jerry Rodriguez, we pulled him from linebacker over, so both of them can rotate in at fullback, because it's going to be some heavy lifting for them, both blocking and running the ball wise. So those are the 3 boys that we're counting on to help us to keep the ball moving.
Coach, I know that you're a time-consuming offense. You can chew up a lot of time off the clock. Is that one of the biggest things that you're trying to do against this Eagle Pass team? Putting that offense, not letting them back on the field.
No, that's not what we hope for. If we want to break 80-yard runs, our boys are more than welcome to do that, but unfortunately they usually catch us after 5 or 6 yards. So when we do things right, if the defense is doing things right, it's going to take us 12 to 14 plays to get it done, and I'm okay with that. Our boys are okay with that. Our defense on the sideline chewing mouthpieces and goofing around, and I'm okay when we can do that. But if they want to give us a 60-yard run, we'll take that also. But when we put the long drives together, it is good because it's a cold night tonight. Hopefully the receivers will tighten up a little bit. Hopefully their quarterback will get out of sync, and hopefully they'll be a little bit uncomfortable when it is time for them to come out on the field again after a long drive.
Coach, it's good weather for your type of offense because it's cold, and that's what you expect in October. October weather is Texas high school football. And thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight. You're watching Real Sports Live Southwest.com.
Thank you.
We're back live from Colesdale Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. This halftime show is presented to you by Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it. And Ram Country Auto World, RamCountryAutoWorld.com. Go visit 1997 North Veterans Boulevard in Eagle Pass, Texas. 28-7 is the score. We'll get to the scoring drives here in a bit. Noah, your first half thoughts and what the Eagles, what you've seen on the field tonight for the Eagles and for Nixon.
Well, the first half on the offensive side for the Eagles, they're not staying one-dimensional. They're going to the spread. They're going to the running game, and they're getting a lot of guys in there. They're not just keen on one guy. They're not just keen on the one running back how they did a couple of weeks ago, where they played against United. They didn't spread it out how they're doing tonight, and I think that right there, that's their identity, is just staying with the spread. They got the receivers, they got the quarterback to do it, and especially with the freshman coming in as a running back, TJ Mares, the kid can run. He can run downfield, he can run to the outside. And on Nixon's side, it's the injuries. The injuries playing a factor, and it's going to be a hard season for him. You're going to have to find the new running back, the new key man to go to. So overall, on the Eagles side, they're doing excellent. They're on all cylinders, especially defense. Defense, it's like they breed the D-line. Every year there's a new guy up, and especially with the linebackers. And for Nixon right now, it's just trying to find who's going to be the next man for them.
Yeah, that's Noah Garcia giving his thoughts of this halftime at 28-7 Eagles as we go to the scoring drives and we go to what happened in the first half. Of course, Nixon got the opening kickoff. They went 4 and out. They punted out and punted away. The Eagles with 9:52 in that first quarter, they just drive. It does no difference. They drive with J.J. Madison, of course, Alan Rodriguez, who connects 15-yard pass play with 8:28 left in the first quarter. They go up 6-0, 5-play drive. What more can you ask for your opening drive as they put it in for 6? And Ramirez gets the point after attempt. Good. 7-0 for the Eagles here there early on. Nixon will kind of drive, but then get stalled as they started at their own 25 on their second drive. And we talked about those kind of drives. Coach Villalon doesn't mind those 15-play drives, but they got to result in points. So they resulted into a punt. So with 3:58 left in that first quarter, still Eagle Pass gets the ball at their own 36. 21-21 at the half. Over it, it's a tight ball game as Alexander and United South, the Panthers, are tied up at the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center. We got the update from our good friend Sophie. It's not Berain anymore. Is it still Sophie Berain? Yeah, Garcia. So Knickerbocker, Heredia, Salinas, and Salinas, they have an office in Laredo also. So going back to the scoring drive, 5-play drive, another 5-play drive, started at their own 34. TJ Maris had some good runs in that he has 98 yards here in the first half rushing. And they didn't have that many rush attempts. They only had 12 rush attempts. So
the kid's real fluent on the running game, from bumping it to the outside using his speed, and he's not afraid to take a hit, and he's not afraid to give a hit. So it's going to be a good couple more years for that young man, TJ, and especially when you could bring in Isaac and bring in also Saul Perales to give him some break time. Man, your offense is going to be in real good shape, looking for a long drive to get into the playoffs.
And in that drive, that 5-play drive, he took it 31 yards to pay dirt. 232 left in that first quarter when he had that 31-yard touchdown run to make it 13-0 with the point after attempt was good, 14-0. Nixon came back, and guess what? They woke up as they had a 5-play drive, 70-yard, and number 19, Eric Reyes.
Go Eagles, baby!
As David Lopez exits the radio room here from the 43-yard line, Eric Reyes for the Nixon Mustangs takes it up the middle, 57-yard touchdown run, and brings the Nixon fans up and the band, up on their feet with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. It makes it 14-6 with the point after attempt good, 14-7. Then the Eagles take it from their 20, 80-yard drive that ends the first and goes into the second, and again, second touchdown for TJ Maris, 1-yard plunge with 8:36 left in the second quarter. Makes it 20-7. Point after attempt good by Ramirez, 21-7. For Nixon, 3 and out. And the Eagles get it back at the Nixon 37-yard line after that botched punt by Garcia. 6-play drive, pitch and catch, as that one went to Dakota Quiporos from 7 yards out, 7-yard pass play with 4:24 left in that second quarter. But in that drive, Alan Rodriguez went 4 for 4 in that drive as he connected 3 passes to Carlos Santos and then to Quiporos for that 7-yard pass play. Made it 27-0 or 27-7 with the point after attempt good by Ramirez. And then after that, it was Nixon. Nixon took the whole 336 before the half, and they actually stalled at the 14-yard line, had a couple of penalties, and then had a couple of negative plays, and that's where we're at the half, 28-7. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
Capital Insurance Services has been in services since 1965. We are an independent agency representing Progressive, Travelers, Allstate, and Mexico Insurance. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. Owned and operated by Clarissa Rivera and her friendly staff, Amanda Garza and Ivana Salinas. 2502 Del Rio Boulevard Auto has the car you need. Don't look any further. Come visit us at 2502 Del Rio Boulevard in Eagle Pass. Fast, easy credit approval, low down payments on any of our quality used cars. Stop by 2502 Del Rio Boulevard Auto.
Sarita's Tortilla Factory, with 3 great locations to serve you in Maverick County. Come try our delicious barbacoa with the tortillas. Si son Saritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Sarita's Tortilla Factory. Eagle Grocery, La Tienda de los Venados, established in 1939, a staple in downtown Eagle Pass. Make sure you come by and visit our meat market. Also, don't forget, we are ready for Lent. So come by and see our party supplies for all your Easter needs at Eagle Grocery, La Tienda de los Venados.
Capital Insurance Services has been in services since 1965. We are an independent agency representing Progressive, Travelers, Allstate, and Mexico Insurance. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. Owned and operated by Clarissa Rivera and her friendly staff, Amanda Garza and Ivana Salinas.
Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful team season.
EPER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But don't throw it away, recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
And we're back live. We got Mando Lopez here, Big Dog, is Lulu's Mexican restaurant located in El Indio Highway. They got the Big Dog special. What's the Big Dog special, Big Dog? Come on, Mando. You can say pork chop, 2 eggs and potatoes, and I mean it's good. So you guys got to visit Lulu's Mexican restaurant. He's shy. He's shy on the horn. So we got the second half here. 21-21 over in Laredo, as Alexander United South are tied. Over at Harlandale, 13-10. CC wins still up. And here we get the Eagles starting it off, and number 29, Hernandez, will try to bring it in around as he had it at the 30-yard line on the far side, and he brought it all the way around, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's going to be a block on the back on that one, Freddie.
And Hernandez... So we go to the third quarter. 28 to 7. Do we have our camera operator? Not quite sure if we do have him or not. Haven't seen the camera move at all. There is a first play. And Mares will have the ball. He's at 98 yards. He does have over 100 yards now, as he got that one across the 15. So Eagle Pass opens up the second half at their own. It was at their own. Was it 12-yard line? No, 8-yard. At the 8. On a 1st and 10, gives it to Mares and brings it up to the 19. 1st and 10. An 11-yard rush, so he's over 100 yards. He was at 98 with those 11 yards.
That's 100. It's going to be a 3-digit game for him.
Not bad for a freshman. So they tack on another 15 yards, a personal foul on the defense. So they're going to tack on to the 29-yard line. Be 1st and 10. Sorry, the 34-yard line. Two receivers to the near side, to the far side. Give it to Mares. Mares to the near side. Shakes and bakes. Gets it to the near side. And then gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a 15-yard carry. So two carries, 26 yards. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Two receivers to the near side, two to the far side. Shotgun formation. Will bring Santos in motion. Jet sweep. And he will get stopped by Sebastian Moreno for the Mustangs. And Carlos Santos takes the ball to the 46. 2nd and 7, a 3-yard carry for him. You got 3 junior receivers, 1 sophomore, freshman running back, a junior running back, and a senior quarterback right now. So you got a couple of guys on the line that are seniors also. Alex Martinez, who was a 3-year starter for the Eagles. Brought back, doesn't see anything open. Alan Rodriguez will take it himself and will slide at the 33-yard line. A 13-yard carry there for Alan Rodriguez. 1st and 10 for the Eagles with 10:02 left here in the third quarter. Rolls out near side, looking, can't find anybody. Now finds a receiver open. That's number 11, and a fumble. And actually, the ball is on the ground. There is a flag on the play. So incomplete. I thought he had caught it and the ball jarred loose. So pass interference on the defense. It was a defensive pass interference. And that one to the 29. Spotted the foul. First and 10 from there, from the 29.
Alfred, I think they should start putting in the second string, especially with the quarterback situation. You don't want Alana to get hurt, especially with the ball game like this, with 28-7 lead.
Yeah, well, and he's had some injuries, some nagging injuries, as TJ Mares takes it to the outside. And there is a flag on the play.
I don't think that flag should have been thrown.
Mares to the outside. He does. There is a flag on the play. So an illegal block in the back. So 10 yards. We'll bring it back to the 39-yard line. First and 20 for the Eagles. Here the first drive here in the first quarter as they started at their own 8-yard line after the penalty. Two receivers to the near side, two to the far side. Shotgun formation for Rodriguez. Looking. Now an in route and a nice pass caught by Dakota Kiporos, as he knew he was going to get hit. That ball inside to the 25-yard line. Second and, let's call it 5 or 6. Second and 6. A 14-yard pass play there for Kiporos. That one to
It's going to be the TJ.
to Mares.
Yeah.
Chris Hardy on the tackle there for Nixon as he gets it to the 21. Third and 2, a 4-yard carry. Rolls out near side looking. Has a man open. Touchdown, Eagles. As Kiporos from 21 yards out. Pitch and catch from Alan Rodriguez to Kiporos for the second time. Connection. 8:06 left in the third quarter. They make it 34-7. That was a nice pass play there by Alan Rodriguez.
Yeah, Brandon, I think this is going to be the down the confident night. Honestly, it's doesn't look like Nixon has any drive in him right now. No, doesn't look like any effort at all. So I think that's going to be the nail in the coffin for him.
35-7 is the score. We'll be back with more after this. And we're back live. 8:06 left, and the kickoff went into the end zone for a touchback. And we're gonna have 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. As 35-7 lead for the Eagles as they drive 92 yards.
Yeah, it was a 92-yard drive on that one, and I think this is where you're just going to have to put in your second stringers. You don't want to get anyone hurt right now, especially defense, offense, especially offensive-wise on the quarterback situation, since Alan's been having some injuries lately. So right now you have this game pretty much already taken down and has a nail in the coffin in it. So right now, get in the younger guys, get them to get more reps, get in your younger quarterback, let him get reps, get ready, because next year he's gonna be your go-to guy. He's gonna be your go-to guy, and that's what you're gonna have to do right now. This is a game to get reps in.
Yeah, as the quarterback situation, of course they have Saravia, Fernando Saravia out right now with he went out with an injury against Southwest. He's a junior at quarterback, and that one is fumbled but recovered by the Mustangs. 6:54 left on a 3rd and 8. We were talking about Fernando Sarabia, who's a junior. He started the year great for the Eagles. He got hurt. They brought in back Alan because he was actually injured early in the year. He got hurt during the scrimmage against Somerset. He tweaked his ankle, so he was kind of favoring that angle. When Saravia went down, he came back in, and he did a good job in filling for him. So then he went down against that, I believe it was the McCullum game. Not the McCullum game.
It was the Southwest game.
No, not the Southwest game. Well, he went down.
Yeah.
Sarabia went down. He came in, but then Alan went down the week after that.
Yeah, it was McCullum. It had to be McCullum because y'all had McCullum away.
Okay, so the McCullum game, that's when they brought in Domingo Fuentes, and he had a 208-yard a day. So again, they have the quarterbacks in place. They also have Jacob Reese, who we thought was gonna start the season, but he got hurt in the orange and white game. So there was a lot that happened. Alan Rodriguez will roll out near side, looking, can't find anybody, now throws it out of bounds.
Yeah, like you said, with all those injuries and stuff, it's times like these where, hey, don't push it. Just keep it to a minimal. If you don't need to put anyone in like that as your starters, keeping them in there, especially when it's 35-7. When it's a game like this, it's bring in Mingo. Also just let them get the reps in. Just let them get that comfortable feeling. Because when you get out of a starting role like that, you start like losing feeling for it, and you start losing on your different play calls and stuff. And with getting with Mingo, that's gonna be a touchdown. It's gonna be another 6. Yeah,
another 6 on the board, and that one was a touchdown for Jacob Reese in the end zone. Makes it 41-7, and that was I believe a 20-odd-some yard touchdown. Not quite sure what it was. I was trying to look down at my notes and look up, and that pass was good with 6:06 left. And the point after is good. 42-7. We'll be back with more after this.
Willkommen to Welcome to Hacienda Ford's Trucktoberfest.
Trucktoberfest is the biggest sale of the year on Ford pickup trucks at Hacienda Ford. Now, no matter what options you want, it's at Hacienda Ford. Right now, get a 2019 Ford F-150 for 0% interest for 72 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash.
Trucktoberfest means Hacienda has it.
Hola, les habla su
We're back live, and the Nixon Mustangs will return the ball to the 24-yard line. That's where they're going to start their next drive. As Ricky Navarro brings it out. With 6 minutes left here in the third quarter, it is a 42-7 game here in week 7 of Texas high school football. Anything can transpire. I mean, we still have 6 minutes in the third quarter and then the fourth quarter. Two receivers, one to the near side, one to the far side, and as we got a new quarterback, number 8, Hector Rodrigo is the quarterback now, and we'll hand it off on a 1st and 10. Trying to see who it was. If it was Reyes, number 19. 2nd and 2 with an 8-yard.
Man, they have everyone playing their positions tonight.
Yeah.
Switching it up everywhere.
So that one, after the pile up, that was Compián, number 24. So to the 35 on 2nd and 2. Now it's 1st and 10. Rodrigo under center. You will roll out, looking to throw. Throws it near and almost picked off. Last week, Salinas had a pick 6 last week and almost had that one there picked off as he rolled out with Rodrigo spying on him. That pass incomplete.
Yeah, on that one, Freddie. It looked like he just threw it right into his hands. He looked for the running back on that one, but just threw it straight into into the defensive player's hands, but he dropped it. So that was a little break for his part.
Yeah, 2nd and 10, 5:05 left. Under center, we'll give it to Compián. Compián will get to the 40. I think they're going to mark him at the 40, a 5-yard carry. It's 3rd and 5 as Compián. We saw him earlier in the year, or earlier in this year against Roma. He had a good game against Roma. It was our Thursday night game of the week over in at Shirley Field. And of course, we also saw him against United South in that 69-35 game. That game was just a game of track meet. It was kind of a track meet. Everyone goes going the distance, yeah. And that ball carrier was Navarro, and he gets it to the 35 and moves the chains. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. So picks up a Mustang first down. 42-7 is the score. Third quarter winding down here. We got about 4 minutes left. 4:10 to be exact. Not many Nixon fans coming, making a trip to Eagle Pass.
Especially with this cold front.
Yeah, especially with this cold front. They came in with this cold front. Just all of a sudden, it was like 60 degrees. Actually, it was lower than that earlier.
Like in the 50s.
Yeah, in the 50s. But we also had that with stinging wind. You know, when the wind is a factor.
That wind chill.
Yeah, the wind chill factor. You kind of say, oh, it's a little bit more chilly than expected. But good football weather. That's what you expect in October and into November. So 2nd and 3, a 7-yard carry for Compián. We'll get it into Eagle territory to the 48.
Yeah, I really hope this weather stays throughout the week, especially for next week's game, too.
As that one goes to Luis Guerra, I believe, number 11, the ball carrier. Trying to check the number as they all kind of come off the pile. So, yeah, it is Luis Guerra. And stopped by Jacob Salinas, the linebacker. He does pick up a yard to the 47. It's a 3rd and 2. That one to Compián to the outside, and Compián will cross the 40 to the 36, I believe. Actually, no, it wasn't Compián. It was Steven Tyler. To the 37-yard line, a 10-yard carry there for Tyler. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 2:33 left. They mixed in a pass in between all these runs. We'll give it to, again, I believe it's Tyler there. If not, Compián.
Man, you just feel for the offensive line Freddie there. They're all on the floor right now. They're trying to get up, and they've been in the trenches all night. And I just feel for them so far right now.
Well, I mean, again, we talked earlier. Usually, commentators never give the line credit, but you gotta give credit where credit is due. And this line of Nixon keeps doing their job. It's one of those things where they haven't been able to hit that home run ball or hit that big run.
It's something that's just gonna be waiting to be happening right now. But so far, the line's taking a beating. They're taking a real bad one. But the thing is, they are doing their jobs. They're just not getting successful to end these drives with points scored.
Yeah, that one giving up the middle. That's Compián. Compián to the 15, crosses the 15 into inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. So an 11-yard carry there for Compián as he takes it down to the 13-yard line.
There's going to be a flag there on the far side of the field.
Oh, it was against the defense, so the ball to the 13-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
And they're moving the ball so far, Freddie. They're moving it right now. And I know there's some time left, but they want to get back in the ball game. They're going to have to make it happen real quick.
Gives it again to Compián, and Compián is met by a host of Eagles. There's a big pile of Eagles. That's Javier Santos and Charlie Schussler and so gain of 2 to the 11, 2nd and 8. We'll give to Hernandez. Hernandez will get it inside to the 5-yard line, a 6-yard carry for J.J. Hernandez. So a 3rd and 2 from the 5. They need to get to the 3-yard line, and we're already at play number 14 play drive.
And it's a clock management type of offense, Freddie. Is he going to push it in?
No, he is
stopped
short of the touchdown as the Eagle defense, with 7 seconds left, J.J. Hernandez tries to score, and that will end the 3rd quarter. 42-7 is the score. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
El alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias. Su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Willkommen to October. Welcome to Hacienda Ford's Trucktoberfest.
Trucktoberfest is the biggest sale of the year on new trucks and SUVs at Hacienda Ford. Now, no matter what options you want, it's at Hacienda Ford. Right now, get a 2019 Ford Explorer with up to $10,000 off MSRP at Hacienda Ford.
Trucktoberfest means Hacienda has it.
Back live and put punch it in from 1 yard in. It should be a touchdown for Rodrigo. He comes out of the Rogelio comes out of the pile,
And everyone's just trying to get out of the pile right now.
Yeah, but I don't think they've indicated touchdown yet, but I know it is because they were at the 1 inch line. So Rodrigo caps it off from 1 yard out with 11:58 left here in the fourth quarter. They punch it in from 1 yard out, and Rodrigo gets into the end zone to make it 42-13 with the point after attempt yet to come. It is up and good. 42-14 is the score. We'll be back with more after this.
Valdez Tire Record Service, located at 522 North Pierce Street in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 24-hour roadside service, commercial tow, automotive repair shop, call us today at 830-757-3102. Valdez Tire Record Service wishes the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful team season.
And we're back live, 42-14, with 11:58 left here in the fourth quarter, as Nixon took 6 minutes of the third and 2 seconds of the fourth to get into the end zone. That one taken by Santos. Santos hands it off to TJ Mares, and Mares will bring it out to the 21-yard line. So the Eagle Pass Eagles will have it at their own 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Gonna see if what you talked about. Yeah, they bring they bring Domingo Fuentes. They also bring Hiller and Sergio Lopez out as receivers, and they bring Caballero out also. I know he was Caballero. We were talking earlier, we hadn't seen him much, but he's been having a nagging knee injury since that United game. Outside to Lopez, and that one is incomplete. That was a quick out. The first pass that Mingo throws, he throws incomplete.
Yeah, well, that United game, he was having a real good game, but the thing is, he was taking a lot of hits, Freddie. So I'm pretty sure it was either he took a good solid hit to the knee, or maybe from last week's game, maybe that he's just trying to heal from. But so far, if he is hurting, don't try and push it, especially up 42-14. Get another guy out there.
Yeah, 42-14 here in the fourth quarter. Also out in the field is Diego Faz, the senior, who's coming back his senior year after missing, and that's Caballero. Caballero finishing the run, crosses the 25 to the 20. I believe the 27. To the 26, so it's a 5-yard carry, so it's going to be a 3rd and 5 for the Eagles. Perales checks in. Fuentes in shotgun formation will give to Perales. Perales with some running room. Breaks a tackle and gets it to the 45. A nice run by Saul Perales, who was a featured back as a sophomore and as a junior, partly as a junior last year when Jose Hernandez just came from nowhere and took the job, not took the job away, but had split time with him.
Yep.
So again, we know what he has and what he can do. So, like you said, he gets a 20-yard carry there. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And there's a timeout called Nixon. First charge timeout. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching RealSportsLive.com.
EPER Recycling Center, 3323 Del Rio Boulevard, open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But don't throw it away. Recycle it today at 3323 Del Rio Boulevard. For more information on how to turn your scrap into cash, call 758-0685 or find us on Facebook.
Hello, Eagle Pass and surrounding areas. My name is Grant Beer. I'm the general manager of Ram Country Auto World. We have the largest selection of pre-owned inventory. Come by and see us at 1997 Veterans Boulevard, where we make sure our customers are number one.
And we're back live. As the Eagles, after the timeout for Nixon, Perales will carry the ball across the 50 to the 46, I believe, the 47-yard line. So from their own 46 to the Mustang 47, another rush. 7-yard rush, 2nd and 3. 10:21 left, and the Eagles are driving again here, already up 42-14. Fuentes at quarterback now. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shotgun formation. Will give to Perales. Perales up the middle and finishes the run and gets it to the 31-yard line. And that's a 16-yard carry. 1st and 10 for the Eagles with 9:51 left. As we're checking to see the Win Harlandale game, and another carry for Perales to the 25-yard line, a 6-yard carry. That'll be a 2nd and 4. We're checking to see what.
It's going to be Harlandale up 23-13 with 9:33 left to go in the third quarter.
9:33 left in the third quarter, and it's Harlandale 23-13. So CC Win down by 10 in their game over in San Antonio. So we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching RealSportsLiveSouthwest.com. And we're back live as Saul Perales takes the handoff on a 2nd and 4. And he gets it to the 23-yard line. A 2-yard carry. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 with 8:42 left. As we got an update from San Antonio, 24-13. Harlandale is up by 11 with 9:34 left in the third quarter. They're in the third because they started their game at 7:30. We started our game here at 7. An out, and that one caught by Lopez. Lopez looking for some running room after the catch, and he gets it down to the 11-yard line. Carlos Lopez there with the catch from Domingo Fuentes, and gets it to the 11-yard line. That's a 12-yard catch. 1st and 10 for the Eagles And as you mentioned, you were just talking about it, having these young receivers, because they're all young too, except, Hiller is a junior, Carlos Lopez is a junior, Sergio Lopez is a junior. The only senior on the receiving corps is Diego Faz. Mingo will take it himself. He's a big load to bring down, and he gets it to about the 5-yard line, maybe the 6. Actually, the 5.
And you're right, Brady. A lot of these young guys, especially, it's good having young guys, especially getting the experience they are now, and then going up into their next year, and then it's just a repeated process. So if you can get those guys up here, the sophomores, the freshmen, that are capable of playing varsity, why not? It's going to bring more success to you in the upcoming years, and you're seeing it now with TJ Mares, you're seeing it with the receivers, also the other backs, so why not? Just give them the reps and let them get comfortable with the feeling of playing at this type of level.
Yeah, that ball carry was to number 21. Mingo was kind of like hesitant whether or not to give it to him, and they're at the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and 3 after that ball carry. Now it's 3rd and 3 as he didn't get gain a yard there from the 4. 7:17 left. I don't think you're sending a statement to Alexander as Alexander beat him 41-14. That one too.
Oh, ball's loose.
Ball is loose in the end zone, and not quite sure who recovered. Yeah, Nixon recovers as Isaac Caballero fumbles into the end zone, and Nixon recovers for a touchback. So 11. They started the drive with 11:51, and you're driving from your own 21. 11-play drive, and your running back fumbles the ball in the end zone, and recovered by the defense.
Yeah, that's something you don't want to see happen, especially working hard, getting that drive down there. Especially with the guys you're barely getting in there, the young ones. It's kind of like a little downer on them, like, oh, we couldn't get the job done. But you just got to bounce back, mistakes happen, and just don't let that one really stay on your mind, because there's always going to be more playing time.
Yeah, as Caballero fumbles and Nixon recovers, Rogelio comes in and he fumbles the ball. He recovers, throws it, and that's a backward pass. They can pick it up.
No! Oh.
That one, I believe, did they recover the ball or not recover the ball?
No, it's going to be Nixon's ball.
It's going to be Nixon ball. That one was thrown backwards, and all Eagle Pass needed to do there was just pick it up. Just make sure to pick up the ball, and it would have been 6 as the Line Shark defense did their job in getting the pressure to Rogelio.
Yeah, on that one. And they almost had it, one of the guys, but it just slipped away like it was a little grease pig and just went out of bounds.
That's a good one. A grease pig. As most of you guys know, that there is such a thing where you can go grab pigs in the pit, right?
Yeah, like greased up and everything.
So
it's fun.
Ball goes out of bounds at the 4-yard line. A big loss of 16 yards. It's going to be a 2nd down and 26. So 2nd down after the intentional grounding. And like the referee said, it was to avoid the loss of yardage. He decided to toss it to the 4-yard line. 6:50 left, and give the ball to number 7. That's J.J. Hernandez. And Samaniego in on the tackle to the 7-yard line. It's a 3rd and 23. Any updates?
So far, still the same.
Still the same, 24-13. So down by touchdown. By
8 points. 9 points.
Is it 9 points? 24-13. No, by 11. drops back. Rodrigo looking to throw. He gets the man, number 7, Hernandez, and he's off to the races. He's at the 40. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nixon Mustangs. Puts it into the end zone for a 93-yard catch and run. And that was completed with 5:55 left. Nixon does have some speedsters here on their team. That one, no one to get him. And the Mustangs put it into the end zone for a Mustang touchdown, 42 to 20. Eagle Pass still leads by 22 points here late in the fourth quarter. A 93-yard touchdown pass, catch and run from Rodrigo to Hernandez. They missed the field goal, and there is a penalty on the defense. So we're gonna check and find out what happened there. 3-play drive. They go from their own 20. They get sacked. It goes back all the way to the 4-yard line. They get a rush. So they're gonna retry the extra point from the 2-yard line now. So 42 to 20 with the point after attempt yet to after the penalty. And that one goes up and through. That was Jose Gonzalez who gets the point after attempt through the uprights, 42 to 21. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest acá.
Bienvenidos al restaurante Lulu. Los esperamos a almorzar o al buffet. Rica comida. Tenemos deliciosa comida casera, donde la comida se hace con mucho amor. Aquí los esperamos. Bienvenidos.
Rody's Country Fried Chicken, located at 1910 El Indio Highway, wants to wish the Eagle Pass Eagles and the CC Win Mavericks a successful season. From the Rodriguez family, come by before or after the game and enjoy some great food.
We're back live. 42 to 21 is the score. 5:55 left, and that one goes out of bounds. So, trying to check on the score from Laredo and the score from San Antonio. As we mentioned earlier, Legacy and McCullum played yesterday. Legacy, I believe, won that game. And Southwest at Laredo Martin tonight over at Shirley Field. So we want to get the scoring updates from all those games. At the 30-yard line, the Eagles will have it at their own 30. 1st and 10. Mingo Fuentes brings the offense. Quick out to Lopez. Lopez will get forward progress, but there is a flag thrown, and I believe it's gonna be a hold. So they go back to the 20 after that holding penalty. So it's going to be 1st and 20 for the Eagles here with 5:48 left. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can also download the Roku app, the VTX1 Roku app, and we're channel 2. We have a 24-hour TV station on Roku. We have all the best games, the highlights, and we also have the best game of the night there. So wherever the best game of the night, it's going to be on the VTX1 Roku app. It's pretty fun. I mean, it's technology nowadays.
It's crazy.
That rush was to number 21, Juan Saul Perales. He gets actually backed up 2 more yards to the 22. It's going to be a 2nd and 22, and Mingo decides to call his own number, and he gets hit behind the line of scrimmage all the way back to the 16-yard line. So he loses some more yardage from the 22. Actually, not the 22. He's at the 16. So it's 3rd and 24. Actually, they were at the 18. Now they're at the 16. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Perales in the backfield. Mingo, shotgun formation, will kind of talk it over. 3 seconds on the play clock. We'll give to Perales. Perales will move the pile forward. Also, the offensive line for the Eagles have some guys on the offensive line. Luis Guerra in on the tackle. Bring a 4th down and long from the 20. Actually, from the 18. 3:32 left.
It's they're giving these points up too easy, Freddie. It's points that
Fumble recovered by the Eagles as we get a tight shot there from our camera operator, and there is a fumble recovery by the Eagles. Eddie Sepulveda, the sophomore, getting in on special teams. So they punt, and the Eagles get the ball back at their own 41-yard line. After the punt, it was fumbled and recovered. 1st and 10. Way to get positive yards there. You needed 20-something yards, 22 yards,
and you got it on the
and
punt.
You got it on the punt. Mingo Fuentes rolls out, still looking, now flings it, and that one is caught at about the 42-yard line. That's a nice catch by Sergio Lopez. There's a lineman that kind of went too far up the field with he thought his quarterback was going to tuck it in and go. So a 1st and 15 after the penalty assessed. So they're at the 36-yard line. It's 1st and 15. Scratch that nice play by Lopez. Drops back, looking. Now to Chris Hiller, the near side, and that one is complete at the 33-yard line. So that one, a nice pitch and catch by Mingo Lopez, complete to Chris Hiller, and picks up an Eagle 1st down at the Nixon 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Drops back, looking, rolls out right side. Can't find anybody. Now flings it down the field, and it is incomplete, falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Diego Faz. And Faz.
On that one, I think he should just take it and run on that one.
Yeah, he should.
Didn't have to throw that. He would have had a 1st down with it.
Yeah, he did, because everybody was downfield as far as the DBs had already gone downfield. So back at the 33-yard line, 2nd and 10 for the Eagles. 2:44 left. Out to the outside, and that's Lopez makes the catch. He's shaken up a bit. At the 30, I believe at the 35.
Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious because, of course, he's a two-sport athlete, and is one of those things where you hate to see a kid like that go out with an injury when he needs to be back to playing baseball.
Yep.
So it was a completed pass to the 35. Actually, he lost 2 yards, so it's a 3rd and 12 for the Eagles as Lopez gets up and he's walking under his own power. Has a little bit of assistance, but I think he just tweaked his ankle a little bit. 42-21 is the score. 4th quarter. The Eagles, ball in hand, have this game, and it was from the onset. They've first drive. They had 5-play drive, and for the most part, they've had drives of 5, nothing more than 10 yards or nothing more than 10 plays. So sets up a 3rd and 12 at the 35-yard line. 2:28 and counting here. Fuentes, shotgun formation, has 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Drops back, looking to throw far side, and almost got picked off. As that was Eric Reyes. Gets in the passing lane. The intended receiver, I believe, was David Lopez. He's getting some reps on the offensive side. Of course, a year ago he was on the offensive side. He was a key guy on the offensive side as a receiving core. Brings a 4th and 12 from the 35 with 2:15 left. Will come in motion. Lopez throws to Lopez. Lopez gets it to the 21-yard line. A nice catch, but needed to get. He did get the first down. That catch good for Lopez. Complete to the 21. 14-yard 1st and 10. Needed 12, got 14. So keep the chains moving with 1:54 left. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side. Mingo Fuentes has Perales on his right side. Will go up the middle.
Let's see if Perales can get in the end zone. I want to see him get a touchdown. Everyone else got some love.
Right, everybody got some pay dirt tonight. So you want Perales to get the fruits of his labor as he got 4 yards on that carry to the 17. It's going to be a 2nd and 6 for the Eagles. Mingo Fuentes takes it to the other side, and that's a big boy to bring down. He's at the 10-yard line. Actually, 3 or 4 guys had to come in and bring him down.
He's like another Ricky Medina type QB.
Yeah, he is.
Just a real big boy and hard to take down.
So 7-yard carry gets a 1st and 10. Actually, it's a 1st and goal. 1st and goal to go at the 10. Perales will take it, bounce it near side, and into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown. As Perales goes into the end zone. You wanted it, you called it. There he is.
He got his piece for tonight.
So with 52 seconds left here in the 4th quarter, Saúl Perales, the senior, puts it in from 10 yards out. A 10-yard touchdown run for Perales, and into the end zone to make it 48-21. Eagles with less than a minute to play, with Ramirez yet to put the ball through the uprights. He does, and it is good. 49-21. We'll be back with more after this. You're watching Real Sports Live, Southwest.com.
To serve you in Maverick County, come try our delicious barbacoa.
with the tortillas. Si son Saritas, ni me las calientes. Also, you can get our tortillas in Laredo, Texas at your local supermarket. That's Saritas Tortilla Factory. Eagle Grocery, La Tienda de los Venados, established in 1939, a staple in downtown Eagle Pass. Make sure you come by and visit our meat market. Also, don't forget, we are ready for Lent. So come by and see our party supplies for all your Easter needs at Eagle Grocery, La Tienda de los Venados.
And we get an update from Harlandale, as Harlandale is leading still 24-19 with Johnston scoring right now. As David Lopez here will kick off with 52 seconds left, and will be taking it about the 2-yard line. Brings it out to the 15 and is bottled up by the special teams. Less than a minute to play. So the Eagles 49-21. 44 seconds left, and gonna see what transpires here. Maybe a couple of carries here and there.
Yeah, there's probably a couple of carries, and that's gonna be it. But overall tonight, the Eagles look sound, clean, ready to go. Especially with United South next week, it's gonna be a game.
Yeah, next week we're going to be here at home as we are going to broadcast the San Antonio Harlan CC Win game. But our counterpart, KNL, will be in Laredo as they're going to broadcast at United South game. So we're going to keep tabs with them here locally. But for all the fans from San Antonio and from outside, even alumni that can't make the game here, well, they're going to be able to hear it on Real Sports Live. Southwest RealSportsLive.com. When I looked at the schedule and I looked at Harlan and I looked at the type of team that they have, I had to do that. I had to broadcast that Harlan game against CC Win.
It's the talent they have.
Yeah, it's just so many guys, from Cannon Williams to McDay to Massey to Ja'Cory Logan. I mean, I can go on and on with the playmakers that they have, and of course, their defense. Their defense also has some playmakers on the defense. So we put it on the schedule. And we're like, you know what? We have to cover that game because we covered it last year in that 7-3 game, and we were up there at the Dub Ferris Stadium for that game.
It was an upset game, that game. We were on our toes the whole night.
The whole night we were wondering what was going to happen, as it was a defensive battle, back and forth. As
so many plays that could have changed the ball game for Harlan, but the defense came up for CC Win in that ball game, and it played such a big factor.
Yeah.
Big factor. And it's gonna be a good one too, because you're gonna have Win having their D-line, some of their D-line going both ways on the offensive line.
Yeah, that's another factor that's gonna be playing a real big factor. Ontiveros and Hinojosa and Flores and Jared Royce playing both ways. Those guys.
And also, don't be surprised if you see Alex Garcia too on the offensive side. I don't know. There's gonna be stuff upcoming next week, I guess, and it's gonna be stuff where you're gonna have to win this Harlan game. You're gonna have to win. If you want to control your destiny right now, you're gonna have to win that game.
So the update from Harlandale, it's I believe it's 24-20 or 23-20. 24-20. So they're down by 4. It's early in the fourth quarter, I believe. As here from Cozell Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium, well, guess what? It's the ball game, 49-21, as the Eagles take this game. Again, we want to thank everyone who has joined us, shared us, liked us, and followed us on all our social media. We're going to have the presentation of this game an hour after, so right around about 10:30, we're gonna be streaming the video of what happened on the field tonight here from Cozell Foster Veterans Memorial Stadium. For my camera operator, David Heredia. For Noah Garcia, I'm Freddie Heredia. Good night from Eagle Pass, Texas, as the Eagles go to 2-1 in district play, 5-2 overall, with a big win, a home win, 49-21, setting up a big game next week against United South over at the Bill Johnson Student Activity Center. Thank you very much. Good night. Keep talking sports. Real Sports Live. Southwest.com.